Hey, everybody. I'm calling to you from outer space. Today, we're going to learn how to make puppets from recycled materials. Some great things to find for before you find your recycled materials are some tape. Different colors are great. String, wire, glue. I'm just using Elmer's glue, and some barbecue skewers. If you don't have barbecue skewers, you can just use some old pencils. Any stick will work. Scissors are another really important tool you're going to need. Also, you don't need all of these things. These are just some suggestions that would be very helpful to have. Next, you want to dig into your recycling. I like using egg cartons, maybe some cardboard. Oh, yogurt containers, old soap containers, old tape rolls, other cardboard, plastic bottles. Paper towel rolls are also great. Once you find some recycled materials, it's time to start designing your character. Design is just a fancy way of saying organizing and planning out your puppet. You're creating a character from this stuff that you found in your house. I think I'm going to use this for my body and this for my head. Oh, maybe this could be like a cool backpack or something like that. Or like a face shield or something like that. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to start by cutting these up into smaller pieces so I can use these, because this is a little bit big for my puppet right now. So now I've sort of laid out my design. So I can see that maybe this is going to be the head. I have the body. I have the arms, the legs. These are going to be the knees. I could also add some to the feet. The next step is figuring out where you want to attach things. One good way to attach things is to put a piece of tape down, fold it, and then continue to stick it on. So you have this little tab here that you can either tie or tape or staple to something else. So look there. I can now tape this to that, and this is going to stay on there. Another cool way to attach things is if you have some string, you lay it down and you tape it to it. Like this. So you have a loop. So now I have some string here on the bottom for me to attach the legs. I have some tabs up here to attach the arms. I made another tab on top with some string to attach the head. This is all experimenting, and I would love to see your ideas. There's no right way to do this. For the arms, a cool way to do it is to add one piece of tape on top, and then you tape it to another piece. That way, it'll bend with the tape, and that can be like the elbow or the knee. You can see how it moves. Doing puppetry is all an experimentation of movement. How does this thing move? So now I made two arms with a loop on top and a hinge, is what we call this joint, in the center for the elbow. And I know I can attach them at those tabs. Now I'm going to work on the feet. To make the feet, I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to squish it down and then tape it like that. For the knee, I'm going to make that same tape joint by taping these two pieces together, and I'm actually going to tape it on both sides so it's nice and strong. So it'll bend like that, and with that added little foot, it's got a little bit extra weight, so it kind of jumps like a regular foot. So now I have the head ready to attach, I have the arms and the legs. Now if I wanted to, I could get more detailed and I could add some hands maybe. Maybe I could figure out the eyes. I might add this on to be the eyes. Looks almost like a robot with 3 eyes. So I cut some hands, these really easy, simple 3 triangle hands out of cardboard. And I taped on the eyes like that. For the head, I have this string that's going through it, and I'm actually just going to tie that to the top of the head so it'll still move from side to side like that. You see? Ah. Now I've looped on a piece of tape like this, and I'm just going to tape that right onto that tab that I already made myself to attach the hand. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Take me to your leader. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the legs by adding a piece of tape here and taping it to that string. I can jump. Now that you have your puppet all together, even though we're still probably going to add some more color and some more details, it's time to start thinking about how you're going to control your puppet. This is where the barbecue skewers come in handy, and string is also really great. You could also use wire. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add something to the head, and that'll be my first rod that I'm attaching just so I can hold up the whole puppet and control his head. Just like we added a tab of tape to the body, I'm doing the same thing with this barbecue skewer. I'm folding the tape over so I have a little tab, and then I can fold the edges down. Okay? So I have this little thing that I can then attach to something, and that could be a hand, or it could be the foot, or it could be the head. Okay? Again, you could use a pencil if you don't have a barbecue skewer. I'm ready for my close-up. So now I have one rod on the head and one rod on one hand, because I have two hands. But you see, my other hand is just dangling there. I can kind of make him walk just by jiggling him around, and that's fun. I could also add strings to the legs, but I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to add one string to the other hand and attach it up top here. So I can kind of move that string with one hand while I'm moving the other hand with the rod. He also sits by himself, which is pretty cool. So now I can kind of control the other hand by moving the string with my hand like that. Remember, you're going to have totally different materials because you're going to find other things in your house that I don't have, just like I'm going to find things in my house that you might not have. It's all improvisation. We're making it up as we go along. And as you're building it, just like I am, I'm starting to play with voices because building a puppet is building a new character. Now we're going into the decorating part of making your puppet. This is where it'd be great if you had some crayons and markers. Colorful tape is awesome if you have it. You can also cut smaller pieces of cardboard to glue on to your creation. If you're using thicker cardboard, you might need your parents to help you cut it up. I glued on this little kind of bolt shape to the stomach of my robot that I'm making, but in order to get this to stick with this glue, I first taped it all around with masking tape. I glued on some dots that I cut out of cardboard to the leg. Remember, it takes a long time for this glue to dry. The Elmer's glue will take a few minutes to dry. You could also use hot glue, but please ask your parents before you do that. Check it out, check it out. Now you can go in and add some colors. Yeah, looking good. Notice I didn't add color on everything. I only chose to accent a few different spots. You can see that it's really the details that count. Robot time, robot time, robot time, robot time. T9000 reporting for duty. Let's look at some other examples. This is a trash puppet that a friend of mine made. It uses a can and some cardboard. Lots of colorful tape in this one. Hello! This is another one that I made. You see it's made from a yogurt cup, a tin can, cardboard. I used the top to the tin can to make the shield, and I made a sword out of cardboard. Aha! I hope you enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to see what you make.